of the Defense Committee for Foreign Affairs of the Hellenic Parliament of Greece. Thank him, and giving the floor. After this, we'll be having President Lekic, President of the Foreign Affairs Committee of the Parliament of Montenegro.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon from Greece. I listened to my colleague, Mr. Milosovski, and I would like to remind him that he represents the Parliament of North Macedonia and not Macedonia. So his wording about Macedonia is incompatible with good neighborly relations. And please, dear colleagues, I would be very grateful if all of you could use the proper term for our neighboring country. So this is an excellent occasion to reaffirm our commitment to peace and tranquility for our region, and Western Balkans are an essential brick of the European architecture of security. Besides, as you all know, the European Union has serious geostrategic interests in the neighborhood. We strongly support the full integration of all Balkan states to the European Union under the strict conditionality set in the integration procedure. Above all, European principles and mutual respect among each state must be fully respected by all. Since the summit in Thessaloniki, you all remember that in 2003, my country, Greece, has been actively engaged and played a pivotal and leading role in the European integration of the Western Balkans. We are fully convinced that the future of the whole region lies within a stable, strong, and united Europe. Greece appreciates the efforts made by Albania to meet the prerequisites of the March 2020 conclusions and calls on it to maintain this constructive attitude towards the protection of national minorities that exist in her territory. Regarding Northern Macedonia, our country intends to monitor the full and in good faith implementation of the Prespa agreement, as I mentioned before to my friend Mr. Milosovski, both in the context of the whole accession process. Moreover, we support the implementation of the acquis of each of the negotiated chapters. Concerning Bosnia and Herzegovina, we stress out the need to intensify the country's efforts on the basis of the 14 priorities set out in the Commission opinion on the rule of law, the consolidation of democratic institutions, fundamental rights, and the reform of the civil service. As for Kosovo, and in particular the Belgrade-Pristina dialogue process, we welcome its resumption. We look forward to concluding a legally binding and comprehensive agreement as soon as possible to resolve all the outstanding issues. We believe, dear colleagues, that in times of increasing global challenges and divisions, a firm, merit-based prospect of full EU membership for the Western Balkans is the Union's very own political and economic interest. In this context, and in order to keep the momentum, we look forward to holding the first intergovernmental conferences with North Macedonia and Albania as soon as possible, provided that conditions set in the Council conclusions of March 2020 are fulfilled. Additionally, we fully support the Portuguese presidency's intention to organize intergovernmental conferences under the new enlargement methodology with Serbia and Montenegro in the margin of the June's European Affairs Council. Thank you, dear colleagues.